Today I have a model, I believe it's a Sanitaire SC887, and it's Type B-2. We have the actual motor we got to replace in it. The one inside here is all burnt out. Torx Bit T-27. We're going to go ahead and take this front knob out. That out of our way. Now we gotta get this top cover off here. So we'll flip it, tip it back. Release these bottom two clips to take the cover off. Go ahead and take our belt off. Pull out the roller beater. Now I've got two clips. It's kind of hard to see. Zoom in on them. You can see that one right there. Gonna extract that one. And then I got the same thing on the other side here. This clip, we're going to take both those out. We're just going to pinch onto that hook with some needle nose pliers and pull out to release it. I'm just pulling straight towards the camera. Just getting the hook off the plastic housing. Lift this cover up and off. Now it's still going to be connected back here at this start button, this power button. We'll go ahead and release that as well, just by loosening the locking nut off of it. Take the lock washer off. Now the button should just go inside. Should be able to move a lot of this part up and around. Here are my lock springs, both of them. Go ahead and set them to the side. So now we're down to just a pretty basic, simple motor here. Go ahead and take this top power button. Put a little bit of labeling just for myself so I can remember on the next one. Just using a number 2 Phillips. Can't guarantee that'll be the screws that are in yours. It's a high possibility. Should stay there. Go ahead and pull these side breather vents out for the motor that keep the motor cool. Start undoing some of these screws here. Got some side screws located in these sections around the motor head. See here. I removed a screw from this spot in the light, removed a screw from that section. I'm over on this part, extracting that screw right there. And then there's going to be another one over here on this other side, right in the light, so I can dim it. Going to set it to the side for a moment. Everything appears to check out in here okay. Take a look at the base of this. Alright, before we put the motor in, the motor right here. They sent us a gasket with the motor itself. This gasket is going to go right around the edge here to seal out extra dust particles coming out. See if I can place it to where it'll stay. Oh yeah, by the way, it's a very thin gasket. It doesn't really indicate one direction or the other of which way it lies, so just stretching it around, trying to keep it all uniform so I can find a best way to do this. Almost got it. Come on. Ha. There we go. So let's take your time projects. Alright. And it's not twisted or rolled around any edges, it's just perfectly placed all the way around it. I'm just going to go ahead and move the motor back out of the way. Bring the vacuum cleaner back up. And it's kind of pretty plain to see, but the motor is orientated and designed one shape. So just match the shape that you took it out and that you're putting it back in for the same placement. Watch trying to drop it in just right. You don't want to roll that gasket that you just put around the edge. Go ahead and start placing your screws back. Don't tighten them too tight. You are driving a metal screw into a plastic housing. I just barely barely put some tension down on that one. I'd like to evenly tighten my gasket down, so I'm going to work across from it with the next screw. Same thing, that one has a little bit of tension until I get everything in. Now I'm drawing it down and compressing that gasket evenly. This one appears to be a bit different of a design. Let me go ahead and put my side vents back in. I'll take a closer look at this, see if I need to... This must be a new upgraded model. I don't believe I have to transfer everything back. I see a couple points that correspond with the other one. Motor. Let's see if we can go ahead and disassemble this one. There with a pressure nut, I believe. Let's see on this one. Just going to give this yellow one a slight squeeze, see if I can open it up. Go ahead and reconnect these grounds. Come on, baby. I'm not going to tighten it down just yet. I want that to be a little free moving, just to see if I got to flip it or rotate it whenever I bring it in here to connect everything. Reconnect our yellow. So I straighten out all the wires. Once I think about what way my cap nut goes on as well too. Go ahead and connect my white wire, my neutral. I get a different cap rather than using that press cap for the last black line. I'm going to reattach this. Part that guides the on-off button and the wires in it. Alright, I'm gonna look at how the lid sets, and then I'm gonna come back and tighten down this ground screw just to make sure it looks like it's all gonna flow properly. I need to bring these wires all across the top and zip tie them in here as well. All up here as well. So I can get this to set properly. wires here come right through this zip tie. Need to bring my yellow and white across the top. Wish I had a third arm. There we go. Cut off my excess. Alright, all appears well. We'll bring it around. I will insert this button, start button, back through the back panel. There's a hole in the lid up here. I'm sure you can't see it at that angle. Put the lock washer and the nut back on it. Drop our lid back down. This is already here. I'm going to use this the height adjustment to lock in this lid a little for me, so when I flip it over it doesn't end up falling off so much. You need to lift your front edge up so it takes pressure off the wheels. Use a screwdriver. You can rock that arm back out of your way a little bit. Drop your knob in. Drop your screw in as well. And it was a T-27 on that bit, on that screw. Now we need to flip it up, and we're going to reattach our clips to the bottom. Quite difficult to see, but right in the dead center of the image, there's a little notch that is in the top of that lid, the actual housing itself. That is what we are going to be attaching the clips to. That little notch right in the middle there. And we're going to attach it from underneath the underside. I'm just going to grab it with a set of pliers to hold on the spring, because the clip itself is what hooks to that lid. We're coming back in, right through this spot right there. And it's going to clip on the metal on the inside, and then the spring of the hook goes over the plastic housing in that section. Just one side. See if I can do the other side here. Don't pull too hard, you don't want to stretch your springs out. tighten down enough. Yes. Now you tighten down this back nut a little better. Should be almost good to go. Clean some of this roller off. Make sure we still got our rubber end caps. Back up. Go ahead and throw your belt back on it. I'm going to hold some tension on the roller while I feed the belt on. All locked in, everything should be repaired, should be good to go. All appears to be working properly. I'm going to take it up front and test it out on some carpet.